Hello friends, welcome back to Technique, and you can see we are right now not in our office to record this video. In fact, we are in the island of Bali in Indonesia, and we have come here to the global launch for the Poco F8 series. Now Poco F8 series has two major devices right now, the Poco F8 Ultra and the Poco F8 Pro. Now these two devices are not coming to India, but they are launching globally. So this is the global launch of the Poco F8 series. For India, we will probably have the Poco F8 that is launching probably next year. We're not really sure about that, but this is the global launch of the Poco F8 Ultra and the Poco F8 Pro. So we have with us the Poco F8 Ultra. So we've been using this device for last couple of days, and this is our first impression using this device, and what are the good things about this, what we feel has to be improved, and how good the camera experience is. We're quite surprised how the cameras perform, so we'll talk about all those things in a video. So this is the Poco F8 Ultra first impression video. This is definitely not a review because we haven't used it for more than like 3-4 days. So this is our first impression of the Poco F8 Ultra. So let's go straight into the detailed aspects. So before that, if this is your first time on this channel, do hit that subscribe button and also hit the bell icon to get notified of all the videos we publish. So let's begin. So since this is the global launch of the Poco F8 Ultra, probably this is coming to Europe and other countries except India. Now this device does not come with a charger in the box. So you can see here, this is the box packaging. You get the cable, the cover, and the TPU case and the device, and apart from that you get the manual and warranty information. That's all inside the box. So this is let's talk more about the device rather than the box. So this is the Poco F8 Ultra. You can see the device right now. So this is the Poco F8 Ultra. Now one thing what is stands out with the Poco F8 Ultra has to be the design and build quality. Now this is completely an aluminum frame. You can see here it's a really strong and rigid body. Now there are two colors, the denim blue and the black color. Now you can see that the denim blue variant has chrome finish on the frame, while the black variant has fully black color, and the black variant has a glass finish here. It's a very smooth matte finish texture which feels very nice actually, and the denim blue variant has the jean pattern. This is actually crossly woven. It actually is a jean material, denim blue, and it looks very nice as well. Now both the devices are pretty much durable. You get IP68 rating and really good. Now depends upon what kind of finish you want. You do want a denim finish, then you should be going with that. But if you are a person who wants the glass and matte finish, then the black version is the one to go. Now both have slight differences in thickness. Now this is 8.1 mm in thickness and around 220 grams in weight, making it pretty good actually. Now what Poco has done is that if you have used the Poco F7, you can actually feel that the device was a bit wider and it was not really fitting into the hand. That was one complaint a lot of you had. Now with the Poco F8 series, that has been solved, and apart from that the edges have been given a curved finish. Slight curvature is there that makes the device pretty much usable and gives a good experience while using it. Now although it's not a very small device or a compact device, 6.9 inches screen size, so it's definitely on the larger side, but having said that, the design is made in such a way that the comfort levels while using the device is pretty good, so you don't feel any sort of fatigue in the hands when using the device, because the edges have been given a curved finishing, and overall in hand finish definitely feels good, especially the denim blue variant. It does give a good feel altogether. So apart from that, the design language is quite good. You also get the aluminum chassis on this camera unit as well. This is also pretty well done, and one of the important things is the speakers tuned by Bose. So it's actually a woofer tuned by Bose. So we'll talk about that. We'll also check the sound experience. And apart from the build quality, you can see that the bezels are also very minimal, 1.5 mm on the three sides and 1.6 at the bottom, making it really good in terms of overall experience. We don't have any major complaints here. Now the 32 megapixel selfie camera also sits on the front. Now you can also see that all the four edges have been given curved, pretty much curved design, giving it overall good experience. So design and build quality definitely is good. We don't see any sort of major issues. You also get the Poco branding at the bottom, so this is definitely good in terms of build quality. You also get the triple 50 megapixel cameras on the rear panel. Now next, let's talk about the display. Now display is a 6.9 inches display. It's a 120 Hz AMOLED display. Now in terms of display experience, you get 120 Hz refresh rate, and as I said before, it has a hyper RGB AMOLED display, and brightness levels is 2000 nits of high brightness mode and 3500 nits of peak brightness, covering 25% of display area. Now there is also a 100% DCI P3 color gamut and 12-bit color depth, and 68 billion color support is there, and it is protected by the Poco's shield glass. It's a reinforced glass, so you do get a good experience on the display. Now the display quality is also good. You get really nice colors. The touch response is also good. You can see that the colors are nice, and the contrast levels are also really good. So watching movies and other streaming platforms, it does give a good experience overall. So 6.9 inches and very minimal bezels as well. So there isn't much to complain here in terms of display experience. Now next, let's talk about the software. Now this device comes with HyperOS 3.0 out of the box, and you get Android 16. We are not really sure about the update cycle as of now, because this device is not yet launched while making the video. So probably 3 years or 4 years of update cycle should be there. And apart from the software experience, HyperOS brings in plethora of options. You get all the features you generally get on the HyperOS. There isn't much to change here in terms of overall experience. And the haptic experience is also very good on this device. The haptic motor does a really good job. So again, nothing much to complain. And overall, the software experience, there are plenty of AI tools also included. You get Xiaomi's AI bunch of tools, Hyper AI. It comes with the dynamic wallpapers, creativity assistant, speech recognition, translate conversations, AI interpreter, AI subtitles, AI search, AI writing. So there are plenty of options available in the UI dedicated for AI experience. So again, HyperOS 3.0 brings in good experience. Now next, talk about the performance. So this device is powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5, and you get LPDDR 5X RAM, UFS 4.1, so top of the line hardware, and it is also having a dedicated chip for gaming. And Poco's Hyper engine is also used here in terms of gaming experience. And apart from that, the cooling system has been increased from around 5500 mm square to 6500 mm square. So being a high-end processor, obviously heat generated will also be higher. So for that, they have done more or better cooling system. And in our usage, even outdoor camera usage, extreme camera usage, we didn't see any major heating issues. So that's pretty good. So overall performance is solid, and probably we haven't done the benchmarking test as of now, but probably you would get around 4 million plus Antutu score. That's pretty much evident, because almost all of the Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 are getting at that scores. Now overall experience is good. Now one of the important things in terms of performance is the speaker experience. You get a 2.1 speaker. Now both there are speakers on the top and the bottom, that's a regular dual speakers, and you get a woofer here. This is tuned by Bose, and the experience is very good. Let's quickly have a look at the sound quality of this device. So as you can see, the sound experience is really brilliant. If you're a person who listens to a lot of songs on speakers, this is great experience. The woofer experience is really impressive. Now that's the sound quality. Now it does come with all the 5G bands, and absolutely nothing to complain here. The call quality is also really good on this device. Now next, let's talk about the cameras. Now this is one area where Poco has never been a strong aspect. Cameras on Poco are kind of above average experience. It's not a high-end or rather I would say it's not a camera-centric device. Poco has always known for performance. Now here you get a triple 50 megapixel camera, and the primary camera is the Light 100-950 sensor, which is the same sensor you get on the Xiaomi 17 Pro series. You get a telephoto lens, periscope telephoto, 5x optical zoom is there. That's probably the first time you're seeing 5x optical zoom on a Poco device. Then you get a 50 megapixel ultra wide angle camera as well. So the triple camera setup looks really good, and you get a 32 megapixel selfie camera on this device. Now let's quickly have a look at the camera samples. Now before that, this device also comes with 4K 60 fps recording on the rear camera. In fact, there is also 8K recording, but the front camera is limited to 4K 30 fps in terms of video recording. That's probably, I don't know why it has been limited to 4K 30 fps, but that's the case here on the Poco F8 Ultra. Now talking about the camera samples, to be very frank, we are quite surprised with how the Poco F8 Ultra camera turned out to be. It's pretty good actually, good details and good sharpness levels. Overall quality is also good. So do have a look at the camera samples and do let us know what you guys think. We'll be doing a detailed camera review, so stay tuned for that, and we'll shoot a lot. We have shot a lot of photos on this device in our last 3-4 days, and here is our extensive camera review coming up soon, so stay tuned for that. So in the meantime, do let us know what you guys think about the cameras, looking at the camera samples. So we also attached a 4K 60 fps footage, so you can have a look at that as well. Now coming to the battery, you get a 6500 mAh battery. It may not be the largest capacity out there, but there is an improvement from the Poco F7 Ultra. So 6500 mAh battery, 100 watt charging, 50 watt wireless charging, and 22.5 watt reverse wireless charging. So those are the features of the battery, and the battery life has been very good actually. In our limited usage, we could get a really good battery life. We have to test in depth to tell you about the screen on time, but overall, I would say in our outdoor usage, the the battery has been really good, and you should get ideally more than a day with moderate usage on this device. So that was first impression of the Poco F8 Ultra. So what do you guys think about the device? In fact, we definitely like the device on a lot of things. Build quality is really good, good display experience, and the performance is top notch. The cameras are vastly improved over the previous generation. The battery life is also good, and gaming experience is also good. So it's a good device. Now we'll have to wait for the pricing. What is the pricing? Again, this is not coming to India. It is probably a global launch, but India will not get the Poco F8 Ultra and the Poco F8 Pro. We'll be probably getting the Poco F8, which will be coming probably early next year or mid next year. We're not really sure about the timeline, but as a whole, the Poco F8 Ultra does a really good job in terms of overall as a package. We'll wait for the pricing and see how it how Poco prices this device. It should be aggressive pricing, I believe. So that was my experience with the Poco F8 Ultra. Do let us know your thoughts in the comment section. This is Nirmal signing off. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in our next video. Have a great day.